Do you know what your life will look like in the next 10 years, the next 30, or the next 60? Not just your job, not just technology, but your identity, your decisions, your place in a world that is changing faster than any time before. Because something is happening, not slowly, but exponentially. To understand it, we need to step back. Not years, not centuries, but across the entire span of human existence. What if all of human history could be reduced to just 800 lifetimes? And what if almost everything you see today exists in just one of them? This idea comes from Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. And once you see it, you won't just understand history, you will feel how fast it is accelerating. We think in years, centuries, millennia. But humans don't experience time like that. We experience it one life at a time. A life begins, learns, adapts, and passes something forward. Take 50,000 years and divide it into 800 lifetimes. Each life, about 60 years. Now something changes. History is no longer distant, it becomes personal. For roughly 650 lifetimes, almost nothing changed. The same patterns, the same struggles, the same survival. Humans lived and died in a world that barely moved. Nothing really changed. Humans lived close to nature. They hunted, they gathered, they survived. No progress as we define it today. Generation after generation, life repeated itself. Imagine living in a world where your future was already decided before you were even born. That was humanity for most of its existence. But slowly something began to shift. But deep inside this repetition, small sparks appeared. Fire, tools, language. Each one a tiny shift. Almost invisible at first. But together, they began to reshape human potential. Humans started to observe, to remember, to communicate, not just through sound but through symbols, marks, patterns, meaning. It was the beginning of something revolutionary. At first they seemed insignificant, but they weren't. Because for the first time, humans were not just surviving, they were learning. Then came writing, for the first time. Knowledge did not disappear with a single life. It stayed, it accumulated. And once knowledge accumulates, progress accelerates. Layer by layer, generation by generation. Acceleration begins. Accumulation of experiences over lifetimes helped in transfer of knowledge. With the development of trade routes, ideas began to travel. People began to connect. Systems began to emerge. And once systems connect, change no longer moves slowly. It begins to accelerate. Then came the turning point. In just the last 2 lifetimes, everything changed. Electricity entered human life. For the first time, humans could control energy. Machines replaced effort. Production scaled. Cities expanded. Time itself changed. From sunrise and sunset to clocks and shifts. From nature to structure. From seasons to schedules. Human life reorganized. Transformation taken place from agriculture age to industrial age. Society became structured, standardized, efficient. Education became uniform, work became defined, life became predictable. But beneath this stability, something new was building. Then came the biggest shift yet. Computers entered homes. The internet connected the world. Information became abundant. Distance lost meaning. Communication became instant. For the first time, location no longer defined opportunity. But this came with pressure. And now we enter the next phase, artificial intelligence. What began as simple rules became systems that learn. What learned now generates, writes, analyzes, predicts. AI is not just a tool, it is a general purpose force, like electricity once was, but faster and more pervasive. Software is no longer just written, it is generated. Decisions are no longer only human, they are assisted. Systems are no longer reactive, they are predictive. And something deeper is happening. AI is not just changing work, it is changing how work is done. It is compressing time. What took months now takes days. What took days now takes hours. And what takes hours today may soon take minutes. Step back and look at the pattern. Roughly 650 lifetimes, almost no change. The next few dozen lifetimes, slow progress. The last two lifetimes, massive transformation. And this lifetime, total disruption. Too much information, too many choices, too much change. This is what Alvin Toffler called future shock. The stress of living in a world that changes faster than humans can adapt. We are standing at the edge of the next lifetime, the 801st. Not in the future, but beginning now. 800 lifetimes, and almost everything happened at the very end. Over these lifetimes, humanity did not evolve gradually. It stayed still for most of its existence. And then, in just a few lifetimes, it leaped from agriculture to industry to information and now to intelligence. You are living in the most intense moment in all of human existence. What took thousands of years now happens in decades. What took decades now happens in years. And what takes years today may happen in months tomorrow. But this is not just about speed, it is about possibility. For the first time in history, we are not just reacting to change, we are participating in it. The 801st lifetime. It will be shaped by the choices we make. So ask yourself, what kind of future do you expect to live in? Will humans stay in control, or will systems take over decisions? Will work disappear or completely transform? Will intelligence remain human or become something beyond us? Tell me in the comments, what is your take on the 801st lifetime? Because this time, you are not just a spectator, you are part of the transformation. And the future will be shaped by what we do today. And in part 2 of this video, we will go deeper. We will break down what is most likely to happen next based on patterns, technology, and where the world is already heading. Because the next lifetime has already begun.